Hi guys, welcome to Daddy Directive. Today we're going to talk about the most common reasons why babies cry. In many cases, there's nothing wrong when a newborn baby is crying, as it is the only way they can express their emotions. Remember how hungry you were when you were growing up as a teenager? Well, one of the most common reasons for a baby to cry is because they're hungry. And rightly so, because they are growing exponentially every day. And it doesn't help the fact that their stomach is absolutely tiny. So most newborns will be fed every 2 to 3 hours, which leads to about 8 to 12 times a day. So even if you feel like you just fed the baby, it's possible that she is crying because she just got hungry again. Imagine you just fell into a puddle. You'd want to get out of that wet clothes as soon as possible. It's the same thing with the babies. With wet or soiled diapers, that might be the reason why the baby is crying. And since the babies have very soft skin, if you see any redness, it might be a good idea to apply some of those barrier cream next time you do a diaper change. If the diaper is clean and it hasn't been that long since the last feeding, it is possible that the baby needs a burp. As they feed, they naturally take in some air with the milk, and the gas buildup could be the cause of the discomfort. This in turn would make the baby cranky. Unlike adults, newborns have much tougher time burping on their own, so make sure to help them burp after each feeding. You've checked for the diapers, and it hasn't been long since last time they've been fed and burped. It is possible that the baby is simply tired and sleepy. Certain sleep cues will develop over time as they grow older, such as rubbing eyes, scratching ears. As for a newborn, if you suspect that they are sleepy, swaddling them would help them calm down. It will prevent them from startling themselves using their own arms and legs due to motor reflexes. Sometimes it's because the baby is too hot. I noticed, especially in Asian cultures, that we tend to wrap up the baby in layers and layers of clothes to make sure they're not too cold, where in fact they only need one more layer of clothing than you do to feel comfortable. So if you're in the same room as the baby and if you're sweating, it's already too hot for the baby. In fact, the recommended room temperature by Health Canada website is 18 degrees Celsius, 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Everybody loves babies, especially when it comes to family members. Grandpa, grandma, mom, dad, uncle, aunts. Everybody wants to hold and cuddle the baby. Even though it is out of love, babies can get overstimulated. After all, they did live in a private room inside mommy for the first 10 months of their lives. Take the baby to a quiet and dimly lit location within the house to help them settle down. They may just simply need the space. Babies may cry in a different manner than usual when they are unwell. It could be a weak and more urgent cry, or it could be a very high-pitched cry. However, nobody will be more responsive or understand the baby cues better than you do as a parent. So if you suspect that there is something wrong, do not hesitate to call the doctor. Especially if the baby is less than a few months old. Sometimes the baby likes to cry for the sake of crying. This is perfectly normal, but it can be very stressful for the parents. A persistent crying by otherwise a healthy baby is traditionally called colic. And a baby can be categorized as colic if they tend to cry more than 3 hours a day consistently. Shushing, cuddling, and playing the white noise can help soothe the baby. But not all babies react the same, so what works for one baby may not work for another. However, over time, you will discover what works best for your baby, so do not despair. We've covered some of the most common reasons why babies cry. I hope these will help you understand your baby's needs a little bit better and put your mind at ease next time she cries. If you found the information helpful and found value in this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more tips in the future. Happy parenting!